Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's another great day to discuss other people's excellence. I'm the unforgettable one himself, Mr. Brett Carroll, and I'm just a guy that likes BSing at work. All right, we are about to do our first team mock of the off season. And you know I gotta start with my Steelers, right? Yeah, you know I gotta start with my Steelers. As of this recording and knowing my luck, we'll find out some Aaron Rodgers news by the time I post this. But as of this recording, Aaron Rodgers is still not with the team. We still don't know what's going on with that. Um, but still, we're gonna do it anyway. Whether he comes here to the team or not, I don't think they should draft a quarterback. Therefore, I'm not gonna be drafting a quarterback. Um, I said before the Kenny Pickett draft, don't draft a quarterback. If you know it's not a good quarterback class, don't do it. Just wait. Had we waited, right? Had we just rolled with Mitch Trubisky, who I understand wasn't good, we could have had a Jaden Daniels by now. We could have had a CJ Stroud by now. We could have had a Caleb Williams by now. We could have had a Drake May by now. Instead, we didn't want to wait. So I hope we learned our lesson and we do not draft a quarterback this year, whether or not we have Aaron Rodgers or not. This is the bed you decided to make. You gotta lay in it. I've said it. Been saying it all offseason. The way they handled this was so stupid. You sit there and you just wait on Aaron Rodgers. I get it. He was the best quarterback available, but like the moment he was telling you that the moment he was giving you this okey doke, you should have been like, yeah, sorry, not sorry. Like, thank you, but we're gonna go back to Russ. That's just my opinion. That's how I feel about it. But anyway, we're gonna do this 7 round Steelers mock. I will not be taking a quarterback. Sorry, not sorry. I mean, maybe if there's one in the seventh round that I like, cool. But like other than that, I think it's a waste to pick. To be honest with you, even with the seventh round pick, I don't believe in it. I believe in every draft pick should be important. You never know who could be a contributor for your team. To take a guy that you know is probably going to be a practice squad slash fourth string, maybe third string quarterback is stupid to me. I'd rather get depth at other positions that might actually play. I might want to get other play, some good players fall. They could actually be starters for you. Yeah, I just don't know. So here we go. I kept the speed down a little bit. I think I could change that later. Only because because we don't have that second round pick because of the DK trade. I do want to, at least for the first 3 rounds, really monitor who's available and what's going on in case I want to trade back or trade up and all that other stuff. After maybe the third or fourth round, I'll probably change it back to just going, you know, to where our picks are. But yeah, let's get started. All right. So yeah, like I said, still kind of slowing down. Um, that way I could pause and offer a trade if I want to. I'm not going to move up in the first. Wow, Kenneth Grant went. Wow. Wow. Wow, that just blew me. Okay. That just blew me. Okay. Okay. Oops, oops. Before I even look at this, I need to. All right, Walter Nolan, Derek Harmon, and Darius Alexander are still Tyler Williams as well. Are all guys that I would consider taking. I do want to trade back to try to either get a second, third round pick, or let's see if somebody's willing to give me a second round pick. There are 26 teams that want to trade up with me. I'm not going to do anything that's going to take me out of the first round. So the worst we're doing is the Eagles here. But we have the Packers. Is this every pick? Yeah, every pick between 23 and 32 wants to trade up with us. And then there's still a couple teams. Uh, in the second round, but I'm not going to do that. So every pick besides the Chargers, who are right behind us, are interested in moving up. So with that being said, I'll move back, I should say, with Houston. Let me just see what their draft capital looks like. Um, 79 looks like a early third round pick. That's probably the pick that oh wow, they're not even willing to give that up. Oh wow, they're not even, I mean, it says 77%. No, 166. Hell no. I kind of want their second round pick. If I'm being honest with you, I kind of want their second round pick. Um, in order to get 58, I would have to give up something else. So 185 is not good enough. 156 maybe? Oof. 123 is the fourth rounder. Oh yeah, nah, they're not. Okay, so let's not do Houston then. Let's not do Houston then. Let's try somebody else. Um, Now again, there's three guys I want. So I don't, part of me doesn't want to move too far back because I want to be able to, oh, they don't even have a second round pick. So no, it's not going to be the Rams. You get 28 and 60. If I throw in 185, 41% chance. Let's just offer, see what they say. It was not accepted. Okay. I'm not going to force any trades. I want to try to get a trade that will actually be accepted. Okay, so let's just do this. If we're not going to get a second round pick, let's just go back to let's just go back to the Texans and let's see if we can get a 79. Yeah, this has a 52% chance of getting accepted. Okay. So let's throw in 185. Actually, I don't want to give up 185. I would rather give up, or you know what? Since I'm going in the third round anyway, yeah, all right, I'll take 89. Still two third round picks. Let's do it. Okay, cool. So let's resume the draft. And they went up, and that was another reason why I wanted to do the Texans because I knew they were going to come up for an offensive lineman. Now, Walter Nolan is gone, but Derek Harmon's still on the board, and I'm okay with that. I'm more than okay with that. I'm going to go ahead and take Derek Harmon. And now with those two third round picks, I can move back up if I want to. I wish. All right, let's hold up. Let's pause. Let's pause. See, the problem with this is, yeah, this sucks because you don't really. Yeah, the problem with this is you don't really get a chance to. You don't really get a chance to see like the board and see who's still here. Um, All right, so I'm gonna 51 for 83. I don't know what I'm gonna have to give up to get back. They said that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. No, so none of them will get accepted? That doesn't make sense. Am I giving up too much? So the Broncos don't seem to be interested in moving back at all because it feels like no matter what I give up, they're not accepting anything. Well, of course, if I give up everything, you fucking assholes. All right, so we can't move up with the Broncos. All right, let's just keep on trucking here. All right, see, that's what I, damn it. I wanted Quinshon Junkins. Hmm. And so again, now, but see, here's the problem. All right, you know what? I guess we're not moving up then. I'm not doing it. I'm not moving up then at all. Because you can't see who's on the board still. Mm. Wow, that's actually annoying. Okay, so out of all the running backs, not really a fan of any of the backs that are left, if I'm being honest. So I was trying to move up, but I didn't want to force a trade because then y'all would have complained that I was forcing stuff. Um, 59208. Uh, yeah, we might miss out on a running back, which is unfortunate. Which is unfortunate. I didn't. I mean, Giddens isn't bad. That's not. That's not good to know. Well, you're 6'1", 212, but you don't play with physicality. That's not. That's an AFC North ball, bro. We can't have that. Oh man. Oh man, we missed out on all the ones I wanted. That's annoying. That's actually annoying. Devin Neal. I guess we could take Devin Neal. We might have to. Let me see something real quick before I do that. Um, yes, that was another thing I'm missing. Kenneth Grant. Mm. Yeah, man, this is why we need to be able to trade up. Ty Robinson's still here. Why they have Ty Robinson so low? Yeah, he's like a true he's still a little light. Still a little light. What I want is like a true nose tackle now. Yeah, that's the thing. If you don't get Kenneth Grant in the first round, you're in trouble. Mm. Because there's plenty of. I'm not gonna take both. Take both Oregon defensive linemen though. Yeah, these are all like 3-4 ends. We got our 3-4 end. We need our. I guess it would have to be Don Walker. Ugh. Ugh. Guess we could take Dean Walker. Yeah, 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 yeah. This is not looking good, guys. This is not looking good, guys. I ain't gonna hold you. It's not looking good, my guys. This board is not falling the way we need it to fall at all. When did I'm trying to think when did Alfred Collins right there. Yeah, Dylan Simpson and Alfred Collins almost back to back. And CJ West. Oh man. And Omar Norman Lott. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this top of the third round was brutal for us. Wow, that top of the third round was brutal. Yeah, that's the thing. I really do think we're gonna need to trade back in the first round. I'm just gonna have to take Deion Walker here. Like we have no other choice at this point. And now I guess you take DJ Giddens. Ugh. Or what I say, Devin Neal. We could take Savion Williams. I wouldn't hate that. Wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't necessarily hate it. Ironically, in this mock, this is where taking a Will Howard in the third isn't the worst idea in the world. I still don't like it. Oh, God. Damian Martinez, then. He's just strictly a power back, but I mean, we kind of have speed backs already. So, yeah, I guess we're going to have to do that. Oh, man. I don't like it, y'all. I ain't gonna hold you. So far, I'm not that happy. I was very happy with trading down and getting Derek Harmon, but all the other players that I was targeting have not fallen to where we needed them to fall. Um, the quarterbacks are still here. I guess you could take a quarterback at this point. At this point, I guess you could do it. I'm trying to think. What else do I really want though? What wide receivers are still here just in case? Pat Bryant is still here. Torrey Holton's still here. Wouldn't mind getting outside receiver depth. I know we have our two starters, and I know we don't need a slot because we got both Roman Wilson and Calvin Austin occupying the slot. I wouldn't mind getting like a Pat Bryant, see if we could develop him. 6'3", 200. Like Like he's I like Pat Bryant. I like Pat Bryant. It's a little early for him. No, when do we play one pick again 156? Let's see about safeties. Makuba was available last time. Maybe I should have done one Makuba. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Wait, is Ty Felton still available? I know for some reason Ty Felton's been falling like, yeah, I don't know why he's free falling like this. This dude was supposed to be a second round pick. Dante Thornton's another guy I need to keep my eye on. All right, I'll get Dante Thornton next round. This round, what I want to do, I guess you got to take Will Howard. He's literally best player available. God, I don't want to take, God, I do not want to take a quarterback in this draft. I don't. I really don't. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad doubling up in running back though, to be honest with you. We need running back. I wouldn't be mad taking the tackle here either though. Hold up. Hold up. I wouldn't be mad at this either though. We could also use corner. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Yeah, let's look at some of the corners that are available too. Hold up. Riley Mills is still here. Hold up. Yeah, that's the problem. There's a lot of 3-4 ends in this class. Not a lot of true like nose tackles. Johnny Cornelius. Mm. Yeah, I might take a Johnny Cornelius if I'm being honest with you. When do we pick again? 156? Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, the way you can Will Howard just went off the board. Torrey Holton just went off the board. Savion Jones just went off. Riley Leonard. Pat Bryant just went off the board. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. If we do this again, I gotta trade up. It's just that simple. We gotta make that trade up. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take my other guy to make sure Kama Nunn guy's still here. He just ran too slow. I love go Rockers. He just ran too slow for it to make sense. So what did we do? We went Harmon, we went Deion Walker, Damian Martinez, and Johnny Cornelia. I'm gonna take my guy Dante Thornton. Yeah, I'm gonna take him now. He's got everything you want. He just needs to develop as a route runner. But he's a guy, if we do ever decide to um if we ever do decide to like move on from like George Pickens, like having him on the team would be great. So I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna take Dante Thornton and just make sure I get at least one of my guys. Um, I know I haven't taken a corner yet, And I know some of y'all are gonna be very upset about that. I might be very upset about that as well, if I'm being honest with you. Uh, oh yeah, see, even Tyler Shaw's still here. To be honest with you guys, I'm not happy with this draft at all. Not happy with it. But Jason Marshall's still here. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Jalen Smith is still here. Tommy Hill is still, but I think some people are saying he needs to be like a safety. Hmm. But at this stage in the draft, though, that's not bad. This stage of the draft, that's not bad. You know what I'm gonna do? I might double down. Let's see if he falls to us. I doubt it. I doubt it. We have not gotten any. But I did that on purpose. I took the what I do. I took the randomness out and I put what I do for the sliders. Like oh, Tyler Shell's gone. Damn. Um, I literally put it because I wanted to be like as quote unquote realistic as possible. Um, so that, okay, let's see. Jimmy Horn Jr. is still here. Hey, Robinson is still here? Need a pick. Cyphers is still here. Easy still the if we want to do the crash out kings, if we want to be the crash out kings, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Six two two 13. I actually kind of like that. I'm doing it. Screw it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So I never got a. I did get a corner. I did get a corner. I think I got a corner. What else show me in a second? Yeah, I don't like the way they do the whole trade up thing because that would have been so much better had I been able to see, you know what I mean? Like I could look at the board and see who's still available and that would have told me like what urgency I needed to like trade up and stuff. Um, that makes sense. I could have drafted Kevin Winston Jr. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. I don't think it's a D though, but I agree with that. I know y'all didn't like that. I know you didn't like that. Yeah, the SAC, I kind of agree with that. I wish I was able to get up to the second round and get a running back. I wish one of the nose tackles that I wanted fell to us in the third with our other third round pick, and I would have felt so much better about this draft. Um, so much better about this draft. Bottom 12% of Steelers drafts. Yeah, I never got a safety. I got one corner. I probably wanted to get more than one corner. But I like the fact that we got some wide receiver depth with upside, like with like real upside. I like that a lot, honestly. I'm not even gonna hold you. Um, we got some tackle depth because we need it. If Deion Walker could develop, I'll put you this way: if Deion Walker develops the way we need him to develop, this is a phenomenal draft. You know what I mean? That changes the way I feel about this draft completely. But yeah, not having that second round pick is huge. I wish Kenneth Grant didn't get drafted at 20 because that would have made life so much easier. We could have traded back and probably maybe still got Kenneth Grant. Again, I like Derek Harmon. The only issue is if you don't get Kenneth Grant, as y'all saw, there's a lot more 3-4 ends available in this draft class than true nose tackles. And we need both. We need a 3-4 end that could be Cam Hayward's replacement in the future. And we need a nose tackle that could play like right now. So the nose tackle is like kind of more of a bigger priority than the 3-4 end. But in the first round, there's really only one three nose tackle worth getting. The other ones are 3-4 ends, and I'm not mad getting it. I do think we need both. I'm not mad at getting either one in the first round. You just gotta hope that the other like two or three nose tackles that are good fall to you in the third because you don't have a second round pick. Um, so yeah, yeah. Okay. So let's try this one more time. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is like the third time I restarted this. Again, I tried to keep the randomness down or whatever, but like literally every time it kept doing the same thing where what was it? The BC edge rusher and then Kenneth Grant going 1920. So I was like, all right, let's just chill out for a second and do that. Okay, so now look, everybody's still here. All four guys that I would want are still here. And I wouldn't mind taking Tyleik Williams, especially if we have to trade down all the way to 32 or something. Now, here it's interesting. Only five teams want to trade up with us, with the Eagles at 32 being the only teams in the first round that want to do it. So that's interesting. So, with that being said, Calvin Banks is still here. Oh, is Josh Simmons gone in this? Ah, Josh Simmons is gone. Oh, a lot of the tackles are already gone. Hmm. 32's 32 stretching it only because that's literally 11 picks and there's four guys that I want. And so, although we can get that second pick, they're willing to give us that second round pick. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. We're going to draft. Let's see. And they trade up for Kenneth Grant. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. They traded up for the guy. But Derek Harmon's still here, though. Derek Harmon's still here. Darius Alexander's still here. And Tylee Williams is still here. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. Now, again, we need to hold on. Hold. Going kind of fast there. Hold up. All right, so Caleb Johnson is gone. Marion Hampton is gone. Uh, Let's do this. All right, let's try to trade up 47 for 64. Uh, they're not interested in none of that. Okay, they're saying that's a 20% chance of getting. Let's give up. Now we have. Oh, this damn. This doesn't. Oh wait, it does. It does. Okay. Oh no, it doesn't. This doesn't account for all the picks we have next year. Yes, yeah. I don't like the way they do trades on this in this simulator because it's like and it's one of those things where if they deem that the team wants to trade, then it's a much more reasonable. It's weird. It's like either if a team doesn't want to trade with you, you either gotta force it because nothing's gonna get pushed through, or if a team does want to trade with you, it's almost like they're so desperate they'll give you anything. You know what I mean? So like I said, that Eagles trade, they were just willing to give up 64. And it was like, oh, okay, cool. You know what I mean? But that's because they wanted to trade with us. It's weird how they do it. All right, so realistically, and again, I don't know how this would work realistically. I feel like 156 is good enough value, and I'm gonna go ahead and force it through. Oh shit, that's not what I damn, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to force it through. I meant to force it through. Press the wrong button. Again, Denver's not doesn't seem to be interested, so no matter what I offer them, they're not going to. I meant to force this trade. Yeah, that's what I meant to do. Force the trade. Okay, thank God the guy that I wanted didn't get drafted. Well, one of the guys I wanted did get drafted, so that sucks. But we're gonna go ahead and take Quinshawn Jenkins here. Um, yeah, Omar Norman Lott is gone. Tylee Williams is gone. I saw that. Okay, so can I slower the speed a little bit? That's what I need to do. Oh, oh, I can't lower the speed. Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I can. That's on turbo. Yeah, let's slow it down just a little bit. Let's slow it down just a little bit because I want to be able. All right, CJ West is off the board. All right, see Jordan Former's off the board. See again. Good God. Good golly almighty. I wish I could like see. Um, let's try it. We're gonna have to move up again. 185. Okay, 66% chance. What about this? 32% chance. All right, so let's do 185. Offer trade. Cool. Boom. And that's what I wanted. Alfred Collins is still here. Um, Dylan Sampson was still here. But again, see, without the board, I can't really, you know, figure that out. So let's go ahead and take Alfred Collins. And so this is going much better than last time. We got the running back, we got both our defensive tackles. Now we don't pick again until 123, but that's fine. We did what we had to do. We got the three biggest things. Now actually I could probably turn this up. Okay. Now, let's see. Now Zaya Xander's still here if we want corners. Matter of fact, let's see what other corners are here. Let's see what safeties are here. We didn't get a safety last time. We didn't get a safety last time. Pat Bryant is still here. We won't do that yet. We'll wait on Pat Bryant if we need to. So let's see corners. Quincy Riley's still here. Denzel Burke is still here. Um, see about these safeties. Safeties aren't really speaking to me either. We could try the tackles. Oh, we do have a trade down offer from the Raiders for 143. What would they give us? Oh, okay, they got all these picks. Let's just see would they give us 180? Or they're thinking more like 213. I don't want 213. Uh, I don't want 213. Matter of fact, what up? Is 143 still in it is right. Oh no, 143 is not even in round four. Never mind. We're good. Good thing I checked. Good thing I checked. We could look at a quarterback, I guess. I guess Quinn Ewers is still here. Tyler Shaw's still here. If y'all want to get Tyler Shaw here, I guess you can. I'm not. I'm happy. I got the three players I wanted. I got the three players I wanted. If I'm not getting Kenneth Grant, getting Derek Harmon, Alfred Collins is what I want. Got Quinshawn Junkins in the second round. I know some people don't like Quinshawn Junkins. I would have been cool with Caleb Johnson. I would have been cool with Dylan Sampson. I would have been cool with even Travion Henderson or Trayvon Henderson. Quinshawn is more of what we need. I've heard somebody say, "Well, he's just a faster Najee." I'm like, that's perfect. That was Najee's problem was he wasn't fast enough. If he's a faster Najee, like I'll take that any day of the week. Like, what are we talking about? Um, so I got the three players I think we have to get in this draft. Right, we have to get two defensive linemen, one a 3-4 end, one a nose tackle. We got it. We got to get a running back. The only other things I like specifically want to get for real, is some more wide receiver depth in case we do have to trade, move on from George Pickens, which I don't want to, but just in case we do, or if one of them gets hurt, I don't want a situation like last year. I want to make sure our receiver room is much better than it was last year. So I want receiver depth. I would like to get a corner, but I knew if these were my priorities in the first three rounds, I knew corner was pushing it because this corner class isn't the greatest in the world. Um, Mello Dotson's still here. Mm. You know what? Mello Dotson makes sense. Now, because we moved up twice, we don't pick again until 229 though. So that's why I ask y'all, what do you want to do? Because if you take the quarterback here, we got the three things that we really wanted. If you take the quarterback here, that means you're not getting nothing else. No corners, no safety, no tackle depth, no nothing. The best you can do is wide receiver depth in the seventh round because there will be some wide receivers in the seventh round. But that's the best you can do. Here we could at least take a corner. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't see the value in taking a quarterback in this draft class. We know any quarterback that we take is not going to be a legitimate guy to play for us this year. And next year's class is so much better. So why wouldn't you just take a quarterback next year? Um, I think I'm gonna do that. What I'll probably do, maybe in like this. So Pat Bryant's off the board. Again, I really wish it would let me like look at like the receiver, look at the prospects so I could go to the receiver tab and see who's still available. What I might do is just try to move up in the sixth round. Ah, see, Dante Thornton's gone. Damn. uh, Ty Felton's gone. Wells is gone. Good Lord. Good Lord. Jimmy Horn's gone. Wow. Okay. So what's left here? Not much. Malachi Moore is still here. Instead of getting that wide receiver depth that really wanted, again, we can be the crash out kings. Jordan Hancock. I mean, we can get a safety. If you want a safety, we can get a safety. Trader's still here. Hancock is still here. Malachi Moore is still here. You know what? I'll get a safety because with all the comp picks that we have next year, we have enough picks next year where we can trade up for a quarterback if we wanted to and still have plenty of picks remaining to get receiver depth. We're just gonna have to pray that, we don't need the depth this year. So I'll go ahead and take Malachi Moore. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take him. I feel much better about this class. I mean, this one than the first one we did. But yeah, I might have to get a different simulator if I'm gonna do the team mocks because I just don't like the way they simulate stuff. Sorry, it makes it very hard to trade up, like almost impossible to trade up. Let's see if we get a better grade than last time. They're saying Luther Burden is a higher positional rank, but we didn't need a receiver in the first round, so I could care less about that. They give that a B. They give Quinshon Junkins a B plus. Alfred, yeah, look at that B plus, B plus, much better, much better, much better. B plus. It's still bottom 30%, 7% of what they think a Steelers mock draft should look like, but I don't care. I love it. I got the three guys I wanted. I mean, literally the only thing that would have made this better is if this was Kenneth Grant, and then this could have been, I don't know, TJ Sanders or somebody. Um, but yeah, I got the three guys I wanted. I got a corner, and we got a safety. And and I know there's some Steelers fans that are gonna be like, "Oh my God, an all defensive draft again, besides the running back." But I mean, again, we took care of the offense in free agency. DK trade. Hopefully, we get Rodgers. We'll see. We already brought in Mason. Only thing we needed was running back, and I would have loved some wide receiver depth, but we had to trade up twice. Um, yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. We were to trade back, still get a guy I would have taken at 21. If Kenneth Grant wasn't there, I would have taken him at 21. Um, got a guy at 51 I really wanted. Yeah, I mean, shoot. We got rid of our fifth and sixth round picks, but that's okay. It's much better. And this is the first one that we did. And we got a C where we didn't trade, where we traded back, but we didn't trade back up. And to me, again, I didn't like what we were able to get. I don't like what we were able to get. So, yeah. Who did we trade with this time? We traded with the Eagles this time. But that's the thing. If I would have forced a second round pick out of the Texans, right? We still wouldn't have gotten Kenneth Grant. We still would have had Derek Harmon because Kenneth Grant was gone. But that second round pick would have been huge. Because, right, didn't, and this one wasn't like all, like the third rounds what killed us, right? That start of the third rounds when everybody that we wanted was gone. So, I don't know. It is what it is. Again, to be honest, I wouldn't be mad at this draft either. If I'm being like now that I'm looking at it again, I'm not mad at this at all. Again, if Walker becomes what we hope he could become, remember Walker was a first round pick like midway through this process. So if he becomes what we need him to become, and if he's a good back, like I said, we got two high upside depth pieces in my opinion. Tall, fast, athletic. He just needs to polish his game as a route runner. He also needs to polish his game as a route runner, but he's more of a possession receiver. And a good one at that. He's a high upside corner. Like to be very honest with you, the only thing I don't like about this is I didn't get the running back I wanted. And I still think David Martinez could be good. So if I'm being honest with you, the more I look at this, I like this first one a lot too. And I like the second one. The second one, we didn't have as many picks, but I got the three players I wanted. This is literally the blueprint for if we don't get Kenneth Grant, this is literally what I want. I want Derek Harmon, Quishon Junkins, Alfred Collins in that order. So I actually really like it. I really like both of them. But anyway, you can find me at Never Forget Me. That's NEVA underscore the number four BRETT underscore ME on Instagram. Actually, on all the socials. We are the underscore dope blog on Instagram and Threads. We're the dope blog, all one word on Twitter. Our website is the dope.blog. And because you're watching this on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe and join us next time as we continue to discuss other people's excellence. Deuces.